My name's Grant Sullivan, and this is my new Rivian pickup truck here in Whitehorse, Yukon, where I reside. The following video log is a log of my journey and my girlfriend's journey from Vancouver, BC to Whitehorse, Yukon on the very limited and fragile infrastructure, EV infrastructure along the highway. Through this journey, you can see we actually had a lot of different challenges, including forest fires and really long charging times. But hopefully this video will show the importance of having equitable access to EV chargers in northern remote communities. Okay, so we are currently in Pemberton after staying at the Pemberton Hotel with no EV charging. And so our next stop is Prince George. So we typed in Prince George into the computer into the Rivian truck, and it's saying the total distance is 607 kilometers, which is past our charge on Conserve. It's recommending we stop for an hour and 15 minutes at 70 Mile House, which is a BC Hydro. But we're pretty close to Williams Lakes as well too after that, so it should be okay. And we'll see how far we get. So that's it. Okay, we are at Clinton now in BC. We're at 238 kilometers left of range at 46%, and the app is telling us to charge here at the BC Hydro. This is a 100 kilowatt fast charger unit. I think we're going to charge to 100% again. I'm not sure. We'll see where we end up and check that out. Arrived at Prince George. We're at 26%. This is the lowest the battery has gotten since we've got the truck. We're at 134 kilometers left. So we're at another BC Hydro charging station. Our next stop is Fort St. John, which is our last, that's where we're going to sleep tonight. It's 440 kilometers away, so ideally we'll get a full charge from this one, and we should be okay the entire way to get there. So we're gonna have to wander around Fort St. John for a little bit, and
Prince George.
Prince George for a little bit, and we'll see how long it takes us to get from 26% to 100%, so we can make the whole way in one shot. So we're in Grinnell, and we're at the BC Hydro site again. Parked the truck. We tried the first one, but that one just didn't work for us. We tried a few times and it was not working. The second one seemed to work, so it's kind of a bit of a learning experience as well. We thought we had the BC Hydro ones kind of solved and we knew how to use them, but that one just didn't work at all. The app on the Rivian is saying we should stay for 10 minutes to get up so we can get to Prince George, with a bit of safety margin. We might stay a bit longer just to have a few extra kilometers in the bank, I think. Try it and we'll see where we get to. 9:45, and we're on this off the beaten track charger. It's one of the little small guys with BC Hydro. This trip we should have been already there by now, but just with the added charging time, it's definitely taking a lot longer. It's going to be a really late night tonight. I don't think we'll try to do a video when we get there, and hopefully we'll find a good charger so we can start off tomorrow morning at a full charge again. But yeah, the truck's definitely going great. It's really been smooth. Oh, and the other thing is we found out that there was fires in the Stewart Cassiar, so we had to change our routing to the Alaska Highway, which is definitely taking a bit more planning, and we had to cancel hotels and rebook hotels and find charging for the truck. But there's a big dead zone there as well, so we're still planning to use an RV charger, we hope, to kind of get us the rest of the way. But yeah, it's going to be a late night tonight. We are currently at 69%, and I think we're getting 22 kilowatts in. The truck is at like 330 kilometers, and the total route is 300 kilometers. So it's going to be pretty tight. So yeah, hopefully we'll manage. We made it to Fort St. John. It's like 1:30 in the morning. It was a really long drive and not much for chargers the whole way there, other than that one small one that we had. It's been a pretty long night, but we are at a flow charger now in Fort St. John. So I'm going to plug this guy in for the night, and hopefully we should be back up to 100% tomorrow. But yeah, this is the lowest we've run the truck. It's at 12% with 62 kilometers. Pardon me. 62 kilometers left of range. But yeah, this is the furthest we've run it. But yeah, it's late night. The day took a lot longer than we thought it was going to, just with the extra charging. Yeah, we're going to get to bed pretty quick here and hopefully start up tomorrow morning at 100%. Morning. Just getting up Fort St. John. The car stayed the night at the fast charger. It took 2 hours and 42 minutes to charge the car from full from last night. We're back at 100%. Hi, so we're at Port Nelson now, and this is the only charger that's available. It's like one of the slow chargers, not a fast charger. We got in with about 100 kilometers left of range, and we need about 350 to get to Fort Liard. So I think that's where we're going to be comfortable to reach the Fort Liard tonight, I think. So we're gonna have to wait and see how long this takes us to get enough range in to make that journey. So hopefully it's not too many hours, but it's probably gonna be a few hours waiting here. But I think it really shows like the need for like fast chargers throughout this whole route. Like that's the important part, is we need to have fast chargers here to keep us going, because like we'll probably have a late night again tonight because like the charger infrastructure is just not ready for, EVs coming. So this is where we're gonna hang out. It's a lovely day. We'll go find some lunch, and hopefully this charger will produce more than we hope. We just punched in the Northern Rockies Lodge. It's 248 kilometers away. It's suggesting 3 hours, 2 minutes, and the range on arrival is 217. But what the app is doing is it's figuring out based on like average speeds. So the plan is we're hoping to get like our ending range be higher than 217, because we're going to go like somewhere between 80 and 85 kilometers per hour the entire way using the cruise control. So hopefully we'll see that number. We'll have more in the tank at that point, but we'll do the update once we hit Northern Rockies Lodge. The first thing is we are 20 kilometers outside of Watson Lake. So we have 58 kilometers of range left, which is super tight. The truck actually came up and said, "You should charge soon." We agree that we should charge soon, but the good news is we're pretty confident we'll get there. We got a little bit of wiggle room, which is great, but it was just like purely based off of James' suggestion of how we drive the truck, which was amazing. Just slowing down that first part really added the kilometers back. Like now we're back up to the 90 kilometers an hour, and we're pretty confident making it. But we had a beautiful drive mountains, and we've come into this crazy amount of smoke. But it was blue sky all the way, and just as we're coming into Watson Lake, not sure whether fire actually is right now, if there's something, but it is. It's pretty thick. It's
so smoky here all of a sudden, from bright blue skies and 30 degrees outside to now, the corner of the road up there is a bit dimmer because of the smoke, and the sun is red and the day has darkened. It's pretty intense.
Yeah. Okay, so this is our last charge before we get to Whitehorse. We're in Teslin. We're at the fast charger here. We have about 100 kilometers of range. We only need 200 kilometers, so we're just gonna have a little nap and try to catch up with a bit of sleep, and hopefully we will be home tonight. That's the plan anyway. So but yeah, happy to have a fast charger. The fast chargers are so good. Okay, well, I'll probably do an update tomorrow. So from the video, you can see that we've had some challenges along the way, including forest fires and limited infrastructure and like really slow charging times. But thinking about this, like what we can take away from the video is we definitely need more fast chargers, like 100 kilowatt plus fast chargers along these highways. Definitely level 2 chargers at hotels would be amazing to have. And to be honest, I think we'd actually probably stay at a lot more levels, like hotels that offer level 2 charging infrastructure. It also really highlighted how fragile the infrastructure is actually there with the forest fires we kind of addressed, and how many times we had to change our route and adjust our route so many times to accommodate what was happening in Canada today. The other one was most of the chargers we found were in really remote locations and hard to kind of find